If you're looking for the best bookstores in Cambridge, whether you're visiting for a day, studying there, or just trying to justify a very specific kind of impulse purchase, this video is for you. Because Cambridge is one of those cities that should be perfect for book lovers. It's a university town, it's historic, it practically smells of old paper and academic pressure. And yet, finding the right bookstore, the ones you actually want to go back to, that's a little bit difficult. I go up to Cambridge a lot, like weekly, a lot of the time. And whenever I'm there, I don't get a huge amount of time to look around. But when I do, it's one of those places I will just wander and switch my brain off and somehow end up in 3 different bookstores without planning to. Also, let's be honest, it's a university town, which means at any given moment your peaceful literary afternoon can and will be interrupted by someone loudly exclaiming their philosophy essay while holding a pint at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Or a group of students who have discovered for the first time that they're allowed to drink on weekdays, and they're out there making that everyone else's problems. But despite that, or maybe because of that, Cambridge has quietly become, or brilliantly, quietly, I don't know, just brilliant bookstores. And I've narrowed it down to just 3, and that was painful. A lot harder than I thought it was going to be, so this is not a definitive list. But these are the 3 I always end up going back to no matter what. So let's talk about it. I'm Darth James, welcome to this episode. Like, sub, and tell me what you think in the comments below. And I want to thank my Patreon and channel members. You guys help keep the lights on, and if you want to be part of the weird little club that we've created, you're welcome to join us. Links down below. Let's start with Heffers. Yes, Heffers. I'm an adult. I'm not going to laugh at that name at all. At least not out loud. This is one I'd recommend to someone if they said, I just want a good bookstore and don't have time to be pretentious about it. Because Heffers is just that. It gets it right. It's got a balance that a lot of places try to have, but never quite manage. Big enough to have a proper selection, but not so big you feel like you need a map and an emergency ration pack to get through it. You can actually browse here. And by the way, not that fake browsing where you pick up the same 5 books you've seen everywhere and pretend you're just discovering something, but proper wandering. The kind where you lose track of time for a bit. And the stuff there is amazing. There's a wide selection of books. And a lot of books you're not probably going to see in like the top bestseller list, which is good. And the staff there are just normal in the best way. No hovering, no weird pressure, no, can I help you find something, sir, every 6 seconds, like you're wandering in a high-end clothes store instead of a place that sells books about dragons and existential dread. It's welcoming. Which sounds like a small thing, but it really isn't. Because a bad atmosphere can ruin a bookstore, and Heffers, trying not to giggle, just feels like somewhere you want to be. That's it. Also, and I don't know if it's just me, but this is the place where I constantly fail to stick to a budget. Just going for 1 book and leave with 3. And one of them is something you absolutely didn't need, but convince yourself it was important. It was never important, but it feels important at that moment. And honestly, that's enough. G. David, Bookseller. Now, G. David, this place feels like it shouldn't exist in the way that it does. And I mean that in the best possible way. Because the second you walk in, it feels like stepping out of modern Cambridge into something older. Quieter and definitely more chaotic. There are books everywhere. Organised chaos. Stacks, shelves, corners that feel like they haven't changed in decades. And there are maps. And maps are what gets me every time. I don't collect maps. I don't need maps. I don't even particularly use maps. That's what GPS is for. But suddenly I'm standing there and I'm thinking, well, I mean, this one's a map from the 1950s. Or the 1800s, and they're basically history. This is basically education, right? I don't buy any, I stop myself, but that's how it gets you. And the thing is, places like this can feel a little intimidating, like you're not quite knowledgeable enough to be in there, but G. David doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're allowed to just wander in, take your time and appreciate things, even if you don't fully understand what you're looking at. Also, and this genuinely surprised me, the prices are actually reasonable. I would expect something like this to be aggressively expensive. Like, I need to remortgage my house for a book expensive, but it's not. Which somehow makes it even more dangerous, because you know how bad decisions become suddenly financially justifiable. This is not a quick visit shop. This is, I'll pop in for 5 minutes and suddenly it's been half an hour and you've forgotten what day it is. So yeah. Now this store is a little bit different. This is Cambridge University Press Bookstore. And this one humbles you a bit. Because you walk in and immediately you're surrounded by books written by people who've dedicated years, sometimes decades, to a single subject. And you're standing there like, I once read half a Wikipedia page on this. It's not your typical cozy bookstore experience. It's more focused, slightly intimidating in that very specific academic way that makes you feel like you should be whispering, even if no one told you to. But I actually really like it, because it reminds you that books aren't just stories or entertainment, they're work, they're research, and they're people trying to understand the world in a very specific, very highly detailed way. And they're sharing that with everyone else. Even if you don't buy anything, and let's be honest, a lot of us probably won't, it's still worth going into it just to experience that side of Cambridge, because the city isn't just about pretty buildings and people punting on the river, it's about ideas. And that shop feels like it. And you will find something in there, I can guarantee it. And yeah, narrowing it down to those three was genuinely difficult, because Cambridge is full of bookstores. Some of them you plan to visit, some of them you just find. You turn a corner, wander down a street, suddenly there's a tiny second-hand shop that wasn't on the list. And those are often the best ones. And I will say, if you go to Cambridge, have an explore, look for other stores. These are my three that I return to constantly, but there are definitely other shops that I love. This is just my list. Those places you always go back to, the ones that become part of a routine. Train up to that place, walk through the city, avoid eye contact with a group of students who are definitely about to ask for something, and then just disappear into a bookstore for a bit. And honestly, it's kind of perfect.